Tropical Storm Dexter, off U.S. coast. High rip current risk from northeast to Florida. A striking tropical storm named Dexter has developed off the U.S. East Coast, sounding an important alert for beach lovers from the northeast all the way down to South Florida. While Dexter itself won't make landfall or directly hit the coastlines, it's creating a significant surge in the hazard of rip currents, a danger that too many beachgoers underestimate until it's too late. Late Sunday night, Tropical Storm Dexter officially formed in the Atlantic Ocean near the east coast of the United States. According to the National Hurricane Center, NHC, the storm features sustained winds reaching up to 45 miles per hour, the threshold that upgrades a tropical system from a depression to a tropical storm. For those new to these terms, a tropical storm is basically a tropical cyclone with winds between 39 and 73 miles per hour, stronger than a tropical depression, but not yet at hurricane strength. Currently, Dexter is positioned approximately 250 miles northwest of Bermuda and is traveling northeastward at about 14 miles per hour. Forecasters expect this general path, northeast to east-northeast, to continue over the next few days, leading the storm away from the U.S. coast and keeping it north of Bermuda. There's potential for Dexter to gain a little more strength before transitioning into a post-tropical cyclone by midweek, especially as it encounters increasing wind shear, which is a change in wind speed or direction that can disrupt storms. It's also worth noting that the Atlantic hurricane season spans from June 1st through November 30th, reminding us to stay vigilant during these months. But here's where it gets critical and often overlooked. Even though Dexter is moving away from land, it's causing a rise in rip current risks along a huge stretch of the East Coast. From New England down to South Florida, beaches are bustling as people try to soak up the sun and take refreshing dips in the ocean. However, beneath the surface, powerful and fast-moving rip currents are increasingly threatening swimmers' safety. On Monday, a moderate level of rip current danger has been reported along coasts from New York and New Jersey down through Delaware. Meanwhile, parts of the Delmarva Peninsula, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina are facing a high rip current risk. Further south, moderate threats persist from Georgia all the way to South Florida. For anyone unfamiliar, rip currents are narrow channels of water flowing rapidly away from shore, sometimes at speeds much greater than a person can swim. These currents aren't just limited to ocean beaches. They can happen anywhere there are breaking waves, making them deceptively dangerous. The key takeaway? Even if a tropical storm like Dexter isn't directly slamming the coast, it can still create life-threatening conditions in the water. This raises a challenging question. Should beach advisories focus more prominently on indirect storm impacts like rip currents, especially as more people flock to coastal areas during hurricane season? What do you think? Are beachgoers and local authorities doing enough to communicate these hidden dangers? Share your thoughts below, because when it comes to storms and the ocean, awareness can save lives. Early 2025 Atlantic storm season, Tropical Storm Dexter explained. In a surprising turn of events, the Atlantic has welcomed its fourth named storm of 2025, Dexter, well ahead of the usual schedule. This development marks a significant deviation from the norm, as the fourth storm typically makes its appearance around August 15th, based on the 1991 to 2020 climatology. Dexter's early arrival on August 4th, Greenwich time, has caught the attention of meteorologists and climate enthusiasts alike, signaling an unusual season ahead. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite the early formation of storms, none have yet to intensify into hurricanes, potentially pushing the Atlantic's first hurricane beyond the typical August 11 date. As of 5 a.m. Eastern Time Monday, Dexter was situated approximately 255 miles northwest of Bermuda, with top sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, a central pressure of 1,002 millibytes, and moving east-northeast at 12 miles per hour. And this is the part most people miss. 3 out of the 4 Atlantic named storms this year have developed north of latitude 30 degrees in an area where unusually warm oceanic temperatures have been concentrated. Dexter's formation was significantly influenced by sea surface temperatures around 29 degrees Celsius, approximately 1.5 degrees Celsius above average for this location and time of year. According to Climate Central's Ocean Shift Index, human-induced climate change has made such ocean temperatures 400 times more likely to occur. Forecast models predict that Dexter will face high wind shear of about 20 knots from strong upper-level winds out of the west, increasing to over 30 knots by Monday night. The high shear and abundant dry air will likely prevent Dexter from becoming a strong storm. The National Hurricane Center anticipates that Dexter's winds will peak at 50 miles per hour on Tuesday, keeping the storm well northwest of Bermuda, making it a fish storm of primary concern to marine interests. Dexter is expected to transition into a post-tropical system by Wednesday or Thursday. An exceptionally weak quartet of storms has characterized the season's first 4 named storms. Dexter follows in the footsteps of 3 other underperforming tropical storms: Andrea, Barry, and Chantal. Andrea and Barry lasted less than a day as named storms, while Chantal, despite causing significant flooding in parts of western North Carolina and claiming 6 lives, lasted just 1.25 days. The combined duration of the Atlantic's first 3 named systems of 2025 was a mere 2.5 days, compared to the average of 9.1 days through August 2nd. Dexter is expected to last no more than 3 days. The Accumulated Cyclone Energy, A scale, which measures the energy of tropical storms and hurricanes, has recorded an anemic 2.5 for Andrea, Barry, and Chantal combined, potentially setting a record for the lowest AC from the season's first 3 named storms. Despite the season's tepid output so far, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring 2 additional areas in the Atlantic. A low-pressure system may develop off the southeast U.S. coast later this week. Along the stalled frontal zone that spawned Dexter, ensemble members from the GFS and European models suggest this disturbance could approach the southeast coast by the weekend, albeit with only modest strength. NHC gives this system near 0 odds of development through Wednesday, but a 30% chance over the next 7 days. Regardless of development, the disturbance is expected to bring 2 to 4 inches of rain to the coasts of northwest Florida, Georgia, and southwestern South Carolina by the end of the week. Further out, there is more robust support from ensemble members for a tropical wave to develop in the central tropical Atlantic by the end of the week. While it appears unlikely this system will move west into the Caribbean, it could take a west-northwest track, potentially approaching the Bahamas and the U.S. East Coast by next week. NHC gives this system near 0 odds of development through Wednesday, but a 50% chance over the next 7 days. As we continue to monitor these developments, it's crucial to remember that hurricane seasons can be unpredictable, and it's never too early to prepare. Stay tuned for updates and always have a plan in place. What are your thoughts on the early formation of storms and the potential impact of climate change on hurricane seasons? Share your insights in the comments below.